Hello, my MGTOW brothers. This is Swine Dog back again, and I'm making a video that's in the MGTOW Basics series, and this one's about the idea of the NAWALT. Now, for anyone who may be new to MGTOW and doesn't know what that means, it's another acronym. And the letters stand for Not All Women Are Like That. So what it sort of is it points you toward the exception, the exception to the rule, as if like we didn't know that there were exceptions. And the reason it turned into an acronym is just because it's so often used. Whenever we're talking about female nature or the situations that men find themselves in, the perils, the pitfalls, inevitably from a blue pill person, you're going to hear that not all women are like that. So, in order to just shorten it and sort of make it into a meme in a certain way, NAWALT was born. And so the thing to remember whenever someone is making an effort to point out an exception to a rule is that, in a way, they are confirming the rule. The exception proves the rule is another saying. And I think that's really true of men trying to look to that one example of this wonderful woman that we're all dreaming about, that we all have in our imaginations, and yeah, I'm sure they're out there, but yeah, good luck finding one. Okay, so I think the basis of the problem with the way women are today is seated in rebelliousness. Okay, rebelliousness is, and to sort of delve a little bit into some religious terminology, I hope that doesn't put people off. If you're not religious, you'll still understand this point, but sin is a word that describes rebelliousness, rebelling from the will of God and setting yourself up as being the one who makes your own rules. And the way women want to step away from the authority of a man is a form of rebelliousness that, in the short term, it probably feels great. It's empowering, to use that's a word they use all the time. It seems to make you feel like you're stepping into freedom when you get yourself out from under someone else's authority. But those things are very deceptive, and a lot of times they can lead to despair in the long run. And I think that's what we're seeing happen with women. The more free they get, the more empowered they get, the more high-powered careers and independence that they achieve, the less happy they become. And as they get older, they get more and more miserable. And this is all going back to the rebelliousness of female nature, and it exists in men too. Men have a rebellious nature, and we step away from those things that are meant to have authority over us too. But this is a MGTOW video, and we're talking about the situation with females, so I'll keep it focused on that. Okay, so this rebelliousness isn't new in female nature. It's only new in its potential to cause tremendous damage to men because of the way our laws have changed, our societal rules have changed, our expectations of people have changed. We can blame it on feminism, but I always like to say that women are not the way they are because of feminism. Feminism is what it is because of women. It's just female nature politicized. That's what feminism is. So when I talk about the danger that men are put into by the women that are out there, there was a saying, that a little catchphrase, and I'm pretty sure that John Hemberling coined the phrase, but it's the gun in the room. Now, and this all does get back to NAWALT, because these are all the risks that you're faced with, unless you are lucky enough to find that one exception, the unicorn, the NAWALT. But the gun in the room is the idea that the woman has the power of the state to impose her will upon you if she chooses to do so. And if her will is to throw you out of your house and take that house from you, to separate you from your children, to do everything she can to make you homeless or in prison, she has the power to do that. That's the gun in the room. Now, MGTOW isn't saying that all women are going to do this. MGTOW isn't saying that most women, or even a significant minority of women, will do this. What MGTOW is saying is any woman could. That's what the gun in the room metaphor is meant to describe. There is a gun in the room, gentlemen, when you become involved with a woman in any way where it's a state sanctioned contract, whether that's marriage, common law marriage, getting her pregnant. As soon as the laws of the state are involved in the rules of your relationship, then there's a gun in the room, and she's the one who has access to that gun, okay? Now, and the warning that MGTOW puts out there to men is to not that every time you enter into that situation, it's necessarily going to go sideways and go wrong on you. Another analogy is the minefield analogy. Not everybody who walks across a minefield gets their legs blown off. Some guys get to the other side just fine. So MGTOW is just saying, know that you are in a minefield. Just be aware of it. Be aware of the risks. And if you are convinced that you have that NAWALT, that unicorn, make damn sure you understand the power that she has to destroy you if she chooses to. And there are a lot of red flags that can tip you off to not putting yourself in that position. I'll do another video about the red flags of a woman who you don't want to give that power to over you, and even some of the good signs that you look for, that perhaps you might get through the minefield unscathed with this particular female. There are a lot of basic signs that you can look for that you might possibly be dealing with a NAWALT, or the other kind of signs, the red flags that you might want to tread very carefully with this particular woman. So that's my video, and thanks again to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys chiming in the comments and saying hello. And it means a lot to me to be able to get my message out there and to help guys. So that's my those are my MGTOW basics for today. Thoughts on the NAWALT and the trouble you can get into if the particular lady you're dealing with is not a NAWALT. So I'm going to end it like that. And thanks again, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Let's keep this channel growing. And get the message to more men and help guys out there. So thanks. Bye.